Kia ora, and welcome to this episode of Once We're Gardeners. It was a few months ago since I did the last one, so I thought about time I did an update. The reason for the delay between episodes is quite simply, I was up there, fell off this, and landed far too heavily for my own good. So, moral of the story, when you're up a big hedge on a ladder, make sure you have a helmet on. I had my helmet on, which was very useful when I hit the ground. Still didn't protect my hips and shoulder and all the rest of it, but you know, I've learnt the moral of the story, which is don't be an idiot up a ladder. Get some help, have someone hold the ladder, or just simply don't go there. That's my advice. Okay, now it's time for the product placement. The Zerma Super Anti-Inflammatory Serum helped me through this long months of pain and suffering for my own stupidity. It doesn't erase stupidity, but it does help take away the pain of muscular aches and pains when you fall off a ladder and are in recovery. And it's great to speed up the healing process and help get sleep at night, which is crucial. This is my late autumn garden, which I managed to get in a few weeks ago. Once the pain subsided, I got some winter lettuce here, broccoli, some spinach, some silver beet, and some of the Popeye spinach over there as well. I've done away the paths that used to be here. I found that the paths were taking up too much space, so I flattened the whole lot and I planted it out for winter. I had the tunnel house here last year, but I haven't been able to lift the tunnel house up and move it into place again, so we'll just see how it goes, and hopefully the frost won't be too hard, and something that'll all thrive from here on in. Right, the tunnel house is winding down at this time of year, but we've still got some tomatoes and some capsicums, chilies, and yeah, and we've got our last cucumber here as well. Here we have our last cucumber, probably. No, I don't think we'll get any more out of it this year, which is not too bad. End of May to have the last cucumber. And so I have not been able to use my winter tunnel house. I've decided to repurpose this tunnel house on underneath and establish my winter salad base in here in case it gets too cold out there for the lettuce I planted out there. So I've got lettuce and coriander and rocket as well in here. So we'll have salad come midwinter. But it's yeah, it's been a bit of a poor harvest this year in the tunnel house all round overall because of the weather. We had cold, rainy weather through most of the summer, and then we've had big bouts of rain and cold here as well. At the moment it's a bit mild this weekend, which is nice, but we'll see how long that lasts. And right, before I put the lime and the compost on, I first fork up the garden before I plant the garlic. Not going to turn it over, not supposed to turn it over. Just loosen the soil up, aerate it, and make it aerobic. Makes it easier for vegetable plants to grow. Right, time to put some compost on. Organic compost. I've got some blood and bone and some seaweed in here. I'm only going to be planting about 80 garlic cloves this particular season, and I'll show you how I do that next. Right, last year I just bought garlic cloves just from a health food store. They're certified, a health food store. They were certified organic, but quite frankly the yield was rather poor. So this time I decided to go and get some proper seed stock. This lot is from Korukai on Banks Peninsula, Te Pātaka o Rakai Hotu, and this type is the white southern softneck. So yeah, hopefully I'll get a better yield this year than I did last year. Typically I'll plant them, you want them in the ground, so they've got about at least a centimetre over the head of it, and you want a fist distance between each individual clove, like that. Well, I'll show you on how to do that. So there, down, leave it. I always leave it open a bit like that so I can see where I planted them and keep them apart. I normally plant them about a fist length apart, like that. There we go. Not too far apart. And in this instance I have a row, probably one of these apart, like that. And there we have it, 3 rows of planted garlic. Of course, just a reminder, garlic is one of the most, if not the most expensive vegetables out there, so dollar for dollar, square metre, bang for buck in your garden, garlic is always going to be your best bet. So yeah, ka pai, get into it.